We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. Welcome back to Mike.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm healthy once again. Looking good.
Mike had some crazy texts in our group chat where he
Out
was
of
just,
pocket to say the least.
oh my goodness. And I was like, where have these crazy takes been in our videos? People were calling me crazy. By the way, we're going to recap Penn State versus Nebraska, our biggest takeaways. People were calling me crazy for predicting 3 Nebraska wins.
Yeah.
Okay. And get this, the three that I predicted, all of them didn't happen. And yet Nebraska still won two. So I teased Mike. I said I was closer technically than you were because you guessed zero,
I did
even
get
though Lenny Pinto didn't get a takedown. By the way, the over under we gave you a 35. Penn State didn't hit it, so we both lost the bet.
I know. I was doing the points all night. I mean, after the first three matches, I'm like, it's not gonna hit.
So does that mean I win?
Yeah, Mike
What?
wins.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
win.
even in the bet.
Yeah. So, Penn State, Nebraska, biggest takeaways. I mean, we'll kind of go weight by weight. I guess we'll start at where do you guys want to start? Started at
174.
74, right? First
Yeah.
match was 74. I thought Lenny Pinto actually wrestled pretty tough.
I thought it honestly was closer than I expected because I really thought that Lenny with the cut to 74 was gonna gas out. I thought Levi Haynes was gonna really, look to score bonus points towards the end of the match.
Yeah, and the match was the score was 9-3 in the end, but it was really
Close.
five, I think six
It
to
was
three or 6-2, and then Pinto went for a last ditch takedown and got taken down,
yeah,
but
it
really
was
pretty close match, all things considered.
I mean 4-0 going into the third. A
Yeah.
lot closer than I expected, honestly.
And
Um,
Pinto got in on some attacks too. He couldn't finish. Haynes's defense is really, really stingy, but uh, tough match for Levi.
yeah, I mean it was 4-2 at one point in the match. Levi gave up a reversal. Um, and that's as close as it got, but still, Nebraska brings it against Penn State. I can't say it enough. Like
Yeah,
they consistently year after year bring it against Penn State.
bet they didn't bring it against you and I.
Who, Nebraska?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well.
I mean, you can't win them all. But then we saw Carter versus Silas Allred. That kind of went as expected. Carter looked really good with the left side high crotches. Kind of took him down at will whenever he wanted. No surprises really there.
Nice major for Carter.
You mean you didn't pick Allred over Carter here? That wasn't your three?
No, I don't even think Allred will make top four in the Big Tens.
Oh,
Okay.
bold.
Maybe fourth, because Max McAnally's at Minnesota. He might be the fourth guy. No,
Wow.
Iowa. No, I don't think Cyrus Allred will be top four at Big Tens
And that's a former Big Ten champ, right?
at 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So 97, Josh Barr wins this one pretty easily. He continues his undefeated streak
I give credit to
versus
McDaniel though. He kept wrestling the entire time. I mean, 30 seconds left, he's still shooting. He got in a leg on Josh Barr. And even though he was like close to getting teched, guys still wrestling, which is great. Um, but
I
Still
did
time
think
on the clock.
McDaniel was giving him fits earlier in the match, and
yeah, it was. It
then
was it was 3-0 going in the second.
he kind of gassed a little bit, and Barr's conditioning prevailed,
Yeah.
and his relentless pace kind of broke him. I mean, McDaniel's a freshman. I know Josh Barr's a redshirt freshman, but I mean, we'll see if Barr can keep this going against some more seasoned guys, as he has Buchanan right around the corner. He'll have Paz next week,
Yeah, I'm
so
not
we'll
as
see.
worried about Paz. But
I mean, I don't
yeah, I
know.
said I'm really not as worried about Paz. Buchanan's gonna be interesting.
Paz is like, I mean, Paz was great his freshman year.
How dare you?
I think, I've said this before, Josh Barr's biggest like strength for him is that he's a little bit undersized, I feel, and he can have a high pace the entire night.
Excuse me. He ate a cow. He's no
He
longer
did. He ate one of
undersized.
Tyler Kasak's dad's cows.
Exactly.
Um,
So stop saying he's undersized. He's now a full-grown big boy.
yeah. Um, I think that if he just keep, one thing we're going to see is that he takes guys into these deep waters and really starts to turn on the scoring in the third period. Um, so awesome for that for Josh Barr. But
Yeah, adopting that Iowa style.
yeah, of that, well, because he's actually winning matches and scoring points. Old Iowa style, maybe.
So Greg Kirkley texts Harley Andrews.
In a
Yeah.
Although
battle
I
of two in the top 25.
Yeah, but Harley Andrews, I was actually
He did
kind of
bring it, dude. He
impressed.
didn't give
Yeah, I
up.
was kind of impressed by him, even though
Yeah.
it was a tech towards the end. Greg kind of did his typical laying on him, but Greg looked almost
Smart.
like smaller. Yeah, he
Yeah,
looked.
he looked more agile. He looked like I feel like Greg's weight has over the, past few seasons has been so interesting. Like, there's years where he looked undersized, you're like, wow, he looks athletic. And then some years where he looked bigger, and you're like, wow, he looks slow. And now he's kind of back to that. Maybe he's a little bit smaller again because he's trying to be quick. And I agree, like with Jack, he did lay on top, but he actually worked from the top position. He wasn't just like, okay, I'm gonna grab a wrist, I'm gonna roll. He actually looked to score.
Yeah, it'll
What
be
a
interesting to see, especially if he is actually weighing lighter than in previous years,
Yeah,
because Wyatt's looked really really good.
I'm not worried
Uh,
about that.
yeah, I know. Okay.
you aren't worried about Wyatt. I think
Only
you should be.
Gable. I'm only worried about Gable, and even
I
then,
think you should be concerned about Wyatt because Wyatt's never looked this good.
you guys say that every year. Every year, I'm like, oh, look how good Wyatt is. Oh my gosh, he's gonna beat Greg. Every year I hear this.
Honestly, I
And
feel like Wyatt now would pin Wyatt last year.
you know who did pin Wyatt last year? Greg. Teched him. Tech
That's
pinned him,
not
I
a
think,
that's
actually.
You can't use the All-Star
He
match. That's not a
also
real
injured him.
match. That's not
He
a real
also
match.
injured him.
So
It's an
that's a trifecta.
exhibition.
He teched, pinned, and injured him all in the same match. I mean, can you dominate more than that?
By the way, I heard today that Shane Van Ness versus Ty Waters. Waters was injured in that match,
Of course he
which
was.
probably
Lot of excuses out here.
probably explains the outcome of that. We'll talk to Shane Van about
So
Shane
injured that he
Van
Talk
couldn't
to
Ness.
get.
Shane Van Ness about it.
Yeah, we'll bring on special guest Shane Van Ness in a few minutes here. Um, but okay, so I gotta give kudos to Luke Lildahl here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. He
Honestly,
wrestled smart against Caleb Smith. I feel like Caleb Smith wrestled not to lose though, where I mean, I'll give credit to Lildahl. He was pushing the pressure. He got a stalling call against Smith, kind of forced the action on him. Lildahl's one takedown, the winning takedown, was off of Caleb's shot. It was a duck under, and he won the scramble. So
Smith got lazy with that too. Like he sat there and was like, "Oh crap, he's following me."
yeah, I mean, you would expect more from like a sixth year senior to kind
Yeah.
of. So he Smith kind of seemed a little timid, where he didn't wrestle that way against Braden Davis last year. But
Last
Lildahl,
year he had something to prove.
well, yeah, I mean, Lildahl, that was his biggest test so far. He handled that pretty well. Uh, I I'm not as far as to say he's going to make the national finals yet,
No,
but
I'm
this was
not
a
there.
good challenge here, and he stepped up to the plate and he got the dub.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. If I was on the preview, I would have picked Caleb Smith to win.
You guys can
Well,
both.
we said that on your behalf.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
But as usual, I was right about Luke Lilladall.
that.
This is Mitchell Messenbrink of last year with
It
you and
is.
Lilladall.
I'm telling
And
you.
if that continues, then he's going to
Well,
lose in the national finals.
I said that about Josh Bart too. I was like, hey, dude's legit.
Yeah, I don't think as much
You
though
haven't
as
talked him
Lilladall.
up anywhere nearly as
You
much as
didn't
you
even
I
did
know
did.
Josh Barr was going to be
Mesenbrink
the
or
guy
I
though.
thought there was a possibility when he wrestled at the was it like Binghamton Open last year or
One of those opens.
yeah, and I was like,
He
hey,
beat Jacob Nolan, yeah, by one
I said
point.
that I was like, hey, this guy's legit, and you guys like, no one cares. Come on,
well, because it was Jacob Nolan. This is a multi-time national qualifier. I think round of 12 once. Like,
See, round of 16, I think.
oh, round of 16 once. Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's like not that impressive. I mean, it's a good win, but like it's not like he knocked off some crazy like, multi-time national champ.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. Big Tens, both of these guys will square up again. You got Ramos in there. Trying to
Undefeated
think.
Ramos.
Dean Peterson is another tough task for Lilledall coming up. I mean, don't count him out. He can square up against the best of them. So, uh, I mean, hey, Lilledall's still undefeated. Kudos
So,
there. Let's see if he
so
can
is
keep it
Vincent
going.
Robinson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, but that's not Big Ten.
I think the Big Ten schedule is tougher, but Robinson might have better wins at the moment, but I think the Big Ten schedule will probably push Luke a little bit harder.
And the fact that Matt Ramos has yet to give up a takedown this year,
That's a really impressive stat.
that especially at 25, that's got to be a little concerning. If Lilledall can't take down Caleb Smith off of his own attack, I don't know if he's going to be able to take down Ramos, who's a better scrambler than
By
Smith.
far, yeah.
I don't know. The takedown's a takedown.
Okay. Blinders on.
Look, four-time Nat world finalist, two-time world champion. Like his offense, and I told you guys, physically he's there. His offense is there as well. He doesn't. He's the I shoot, I score, you shoot, I score guy, and he's done that. And there's no reason to think that he couldn't do that against someone else like Matt Ramos.
I don't have any reason to believe that he will do
Wait, you're
that
picking
yet.
Lilledall over Matt Ramos today?
Yeah, I've picked him.
Wow.
I picked him all year. I said he's number one. He's gonna win the whole thing.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't say I'm subscribing to that, but
You don't have to like and subscribe.
So at
well,
this,
I mean that's like, did you subscribe to Van D?
well, yeah,
No,
we were just about to get into this. So at
we're gonna
this
get there
point,
now.
6 matches in, Penn State was still holding the shutout, and then Davis shoots in on a quick shot, and Jacob Van D hits him with
Jonesy
the
too.
Jonesy
Oh,
tilt straight to his back for
great
7.
filth.
And from there, it was pretty much that was pretty much the match.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh
Yeah,
no, because
I don't
David,
think you could. That's no, that's not true. That's not the match. He ended up scoring
Davis, yeah,
7 more points.
off of Davis being a maniac and just be like,
well,
hey man, I'll go for a lat drop here.
yeah, he and that's the problem with Braden Davis. He's not a smart wrestler. He gets very emotional. We see
Yeah.
that when he loses, he kind of throws temper tantrums. And when he's down in a match, he doesn't wrestle smart. He was down by like 5 points or something, I think. I think it was like 10-4 maybe or something like that. And he had plenty of time left. He'd already taken him down once. He goes for a lat drop and just goes like straight to his back, and that kind of cemented the win for Van D. But I mean, I didn't pick this win, but
I
I can't
never would
say in
have picked that.
retrospect I'm surprised because we saw Van D do crazy things like this at the Big Tens
Yeah.
last year. So this is kind of a kitchen sink guy that, even though he's ranked 16, he's not one to take lightly.
Yeah, but there's no way I would have picked Van D over Davis here. Like I would
No, I
have
mean I
wanted to
didn't
pick
pick it.
Van D. I would have been like, I really want to pick Van D, but I just can't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like I said, Davis just wrestled not very intelligently. I don't know if this would happen the same way again. Not to say that Davis would lose a second time or wouldn't or would win a second time. There was a lot of things that Davis didn't do well in this match, and a lot of things that like you would see as like a really young, immature wrestler doing, like youth, middle school age. Like, okay, get emotional here and go for big moves that you don't need to go for there. Um, I don't think he would probably wrestle like that again. I want to say, but
No, he'll definitely wrestle like that again. That's who he is.
Do you see Braden Davis All Americaning?
No.
it's
Wow.
tough. Right now, no. I mean, he's looked good, and up until this, his only loss was to Crookham, and it was a close match, as Crookham always has with guys. And I'm like, hey, not a bad loss. He's the number one guy. I expect him to beat Van D. Um,
Davis was the 1 seed at NCAAs. That didn't go so well.
yeah, well, last year 125 was a whole mess
Mm.
Unrelated, but do you think Cale Hughes is the guy for Oklahoma State?
at 33.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think he's pulling the red shirt?
You don't think it's going to be Whitcraft?
I don't know. I mean,
Intermat has Cale Hughes ranked at 19. He's undefeated. Technically I think has two more duels because he just had a big win over who was it? He beat someone.
didn't David Taylor say something along the lines of he's going to put the best team out there, regardless of like red shirting and who, you know.
Oh, he
Probably.
pinned Kairini.
Ah, yes, he
He's
did.
not really been doing that great this year. And but wait, Kyrie's down to 633.
Yeah, Kairini's back down to 33.
Oh,
So 33's got a deep field. We don't know if Crookham going to be 100%. Nasir's kind of looked off. I mean, you got Bouzakis is in the Big Ten. Braxton Brown from Maryland's having a heck of a year.
no, that's
He's
true.
15-1. Um, Tyler Knox, Frost, Bird at the Big Ten. So Big Ten has Ayala, Bird,
It
Davis,
beaten either
Dylan
one.
Shawver, who won last year,
I don't think it.
Bouzakis, Brown, Van D. I mean, that Tyler Wells. That's a stacked Big Ten.
This might go from winning to not even making top eight at Big Tens.
Who?
Davis.
Hey, Davis.
Ooh.
He might go from Big Ten champ to chump. Like,
Show me you don't like Penn State without saying it.
Yeah, this guy, Penn State, top tier
okay.
Penn State hater out here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Someone's got to have
Listen, I don't like his
those
attitude either. I'm gonna put that out there. But anyway, 41 was probably the most exciting match of the night. I mean, these two always have a flurry of exchanges. I really thought Brock Hardy had it, but Bo Bartlett. I mean, listen, Brock
always.
Hardy, all he had to do was not give up a reversal, and that match goes to overtime. And what does he do? He gives up a reversal with 15 seconds left. And the riding time was at like 56 seconds, so it was as close as it could be to riding time
Is
or
there
to overtime.
anyone more frustrating to watch as a Penn State fan than Bill Bartlett?
Yeah, but he scored like right away. He shot
That's the thing. Yeah,
in
and
the
then he
first
doesn't
15
score.
seconds, took him down like easy.
You're like,
Yep.
oh, this match is locked up, and
And then
then
Bo's like,
The
"Hey, want to be really interested in this match?" Every time he wrestles, I know someone in Penn State is just counting down the days till Marcus Blaze arrives, and he's their 141.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
until
Hardy
Marcus Blaze decommits and goes to
Ohio.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Hardy wrestled a
Purdue.
little recklessly. He gave up a lot of reversals in this match where if he didn't do that and just gave up escapes, he probably wins it. He I think scored a reversal as well. I think momentum was in his favor. Had it gone to overtime because he scored the last third period takedown, was kind of in control. Bo kind of shut down. But man, that's like the dual meet between these two in the past 2 years has been as close as it can get, and Bo's edged them both times. Hopefully they meet at Big Tens this year. They didn't last year because uh the Michigan guy, what's his name? Drawing a blank.
Bombar?
No. Michigan.
Oh, Michigan, not Minnesota.
The Sergio Lemley.
Oh,
Sergio Lemley.
Lemley, yeah.
Lemley upset him last year at Big Ten, so hopefully Hardy can right the wrong and I just want to see these two wrestle again. I think it's a great matchup.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Maybe Hardy will finally beat him.
Maybe. I mean,
Mike would
I think he's beat
rue
him
the day,
before.
but
I don't
Hasn't he
know.
beat him
I'd probably
before?
cheer for Brock Hardy. Bo annoys me so much because I feel like he can constantly score more points, and he's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna do literally enough to win."
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you think of his mustache?
I like that he's wearing different shoes this year. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well.
I was too glued to the
Yeah, so
mustache.
focused on his shoes.
Yeah, well, he has a like two different shoes, like different colors. Like not even. I think they're different brands.
One's the classic Penn State.
Yeah. Um, I
Well,
think
now
mustache is awesome. Mustaches are are in style. I think every
Yeah,
trend
just look at our logo.
Yeah. How about 149?
well, 149. Oh, by the way, Brock Hardy did beat him at Big Tens 2 years ago.
Brock Hardy's beaten him in folk style and in freestyle. He's beaten Bo a few times.
Yeah. 149. Okay, so I didn't pick this one either.
Nope.
Am I surprised it happened? I can't say I'm surprised it happened because Ridge Lovett's incredible. I think my biggest takeaway from this is that over the past few years, we've seen Penn State dominance. So it's the expectation that you're always going to pick the Penn State guy. But as this match proves, Penn State is not invincible, and there are plenty of talented wrestlers at other programs. And Ridge showed up and beat him in every facet. I don't know who this guy is that commented. I don't know if you guys saw that exchange, but
Mhm.
someone was commenting back and forth with me, and he was saying, let me get this quote here so don't misinterpret it. But he was saying like he felt like Ridge was or Van Ness would win that match 8 out of 10 times or something,
I saw that comment.
something like that.
I love the
And I was
comments.
like,
I read them all the time.
What part of that
yeah,
match
what?
did you watch to think that, oh yeah,
Well,
Van Ness has got him?
what's interesting, so that was the first time they've ever wrestled each other in college.
Yeah, that was the first time.
And additionally,
Hmm.
Shane Van Ness picked bottom, which I was like, hopefully, if you remember our preview, I was like, don't pick bottom, don't go bottom.
Yeah, because Ridge is usually a monster.
But he gets a reversal like
Hmm.
immediately. And then he rides out, for most of the match or 30, 34 seconds or so. And Love escapes. And I'm like, wow, it's 2-1 going to the third, and you beat him in his best position. I'm feeling really good. And friggin' Lovett goes
But
bottom, and then it just gets wild from there. And wow, Lovett goes hard on top, gets big back points, rides out. Majors him. But on top of that, it is the first time in his collegiate career Shane Van Ness has gotten bonus pointed.
what a historic time to do
Yeah.
it.
I kind of could see the reasoning of someone being like, yeah, I would give Shane Van Ness the edge next time they wrestle. I think that a lot can be said about wrestling someone for the first time. But we have to remember, like, in previous years, we all had Ridge very, very, very high up on our, we thought he was going to be the national champion. Even last season, we expected it.
Well, we expected it last year. Then he really shit the
Yeah, but
bed.
but this could be the return of the same Ridge Lovett. It's not like
Yeah,
he
it
was
could
like
be.
not ranked 19th this season. I mean, he's number 4. He's probably going to be higher after this. Um, I
Probably.
imagine him and Shane will just flip flop. But you know, very competitive match in theory.
Yeah, I mean, Ridge scored the
Theory.
sole takedown and he turned him for 4 swipes with the leg, so he controlled that. I don't know if he turns him the second time, but like you guys were just saying, he's so tough on top that
He
it
is.
wouldn't surprise me.
But that's why I was so surprised because I'm like, wow, Shane beat him in his best spot. He got away. He got a
Yeah,
reversal.
but he might not choose bottom again.
Well, that's it. Like I think that if I'm
Yeah,
Shane,
but
maybe I
Ridge
don't.
took him down and then
Yeah, and that's
he
that's what I
turned him
was
after the
expecting.
takedown, so it didn't matter.
And that's what I wasn't
True.
expecting. I thought Shane would be better from their feet. I mean, we look at how Kasak wrestled him last year, and I was like, hey, like you get away from him on bottom, you can win on your feet, you're good. And Ridge Lovett was like, nah, reversed it. I'm gonna be best on my feet, take you down, and then put in work on top.
By the way, I found the comment. Shout out to Alan Hill 3719. Even after Lovett winning, I still feel like Van Ness kind of controlled that match. I think result is different 8 times out of 10. I don't know. I don't see how you could
I
say Van Ness controlled that match.
I mean,
There
I
was
feel
no
like being
stalling.
generous would be to say 5 for 5. Like
It was
I feel like
like,
I feel like that would be a
Mike,
generous.
you're an impartial. Do you think Van Ness controlled that match?
I'm talking to you, Mike.
No, I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, like, it made me think of the meme where I want to say it's like Homer Simpson boxing or something. I don't know if you guys remember like the old Simpson episodes, and Homer is just standing in the ring, just like getting punched, and the guys are getting tired, and they eventually fatigue, and Homer wins, like blows them, they fall over. That's what it made me think of. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, Shane Van Ness, you got him right where you want him. He's getting tired, beating you up. Eventually, he'll get so tired, you could take advantage of that.
That's
No, like I said, I was really shocked. This match really, like, I didn't expect this at all. I I really thought going into this, I was like, Shane Van Ness has looked so great. I think he even possibly bonuses Ridge Lovett.
Whoa. I mean,
I
I
don't
would
know
have
if I
picked
still,
Van
yeah,
Ness before the match.
yeah.
Because I picked Van Ness to win the whole thing. Now I don't even know he makes
That's
finals.
that's the same thing. It's like I picked him at 49 over Caleb Henson, and now I'm like, I don't know.
Now, no, now I think I'm solidly with Henson now.
Like I said, when Ridge was losing going to the third, I'm like, okay, Shane can ride him, he can cut him, he'll just take him down. He's been so great on his feet. I really didn't expect this match to go this way at all.
I mean, now you got to be concerned Van Ness against Parco.
I'm not.
But Parco beat Ridge.
Yeah, but like it's like Pokemon battle,
Oh, is that it? Okay.
and that's 100% it.
Uh-huh.
um,
We got
Parco beats Van Ness.
hey,
Parco
Yeah,
beats
comment down
Lovett.
below. Who do you think wins between Parco and Van Ness?
it's Van Ness.
That's what you said about him against Ridge.
Well,
Mike's still picking him to win the whole thing.
I'm not sure about that, but let's
No,
Oh,
see.
I'm not even making him at the finals
Wow.
wow. I've said
after
Henson from
this.
the beginning, so
Jacked its hands.
I'm now on board with Team Henson. Yep.
I'm not. And I can't think of a single Virginia Tech wrestler that won a national championship and then repeated well.
oh my gosh. You could
That's
say the
the
same thing
statistic you're
about
going
Penn
off of?
State 15 years ago. You could say the same thing about Penn State. Things
No,
change, programs grow.
Yeah, it's
same
true.
coaching staff, same
Yeah.
everything.
All right.
Okay.
Two weights left. Antrell Taylor versus Tyler Kasich. Now, this was
You
probably
made a
the
prediction
one
here.
that surprised me the most. I was impressed by Kasich, even though the takedown to his back, that was pretty much the only exchange. Kasich was a lot tougher on the ride, which, Mike, you were confident that he would be. So I was impressed by his ability to ride as tough as
Stuff.
he did. Um, but I don't think Penn State liked how Kasich finished the match because he
They never know.
completely shut down after that to the point where he even gave up a stalling and then a stalling point going backwards. Nick Lee in the
That's not
corner
a
was
good
just
look.
like, "You attack. What are you doing? Like, this is not how we wrestle."
Not a
He,
good
And
look.
I don't think Antrell, he never really threatened to score. I don't think he gives up a feet to back again, but tough to tell.
Kasak is.
Not
I feel
winning
like I've been.
nationals.
Well, no, but I feel like I've been seeing this in matches with him. Is that like he gets his really quick takedown. I feel like I've said this. Always in quick, scores big, and he's like, "Cool, I'm shutting down the rest of the match."
Oh, he's taking the Greg Kirk lead.
Yeah,
The Bo Bartlett.
I was about to
The
say
Bo
more like
Bartlett.
Bo. Um, and I don't know why. There's a few guys that I've been seeing this with, high school and college, where they're like, man, like takedown so quick, so easy. I'm like, man, they're just gonna cut him and take him down again, and then they ride and they ride and they ride. And I'm like, oh, okay, but like, what's going on here? No point scoring, and I feel like K-Sac's kind of falling into that, you know, not so good group. The kid wins. I'll give him that. I predicted he was gonna win. It was disappointing to see that he's up 8-1 after two periods, 7-1 after the first, and then scored one more point or two, if you include the riding time, which you should. It's just like, hey man, like you're one big move away.
Well, yeah, without his big move, it's like you're barely even winning the
And that
match.
was the thing. It was a reattack that it was a weird position where he kind of had the leg up like this, where he was able to kind of split the legs and get him into his back. So it was kind of a weird position off the reattack that he
That
even
he will
got
not
there.
be able to recreate.
Maybe.
Oh,
Put
you
some
think he
respect on
could be?
K-Sac's name. You guys been disrespecting him and Luke Little
I just gave
and
him
Josh
credits. I
Barr.
said I was most impressed by this one.
A likely story.
Uh,
Run back the tape. I didn't hear it.
Run
it's
back
never
it.
going to be good enough until
Um, do you think
anyway.
K-Sac can still win a national title?
No.
I think if there's a Meyer Shapiro 100%, I just don't see
I think the same.
Myers is
He's so
too
dynamic.
he's too aggressive too. Kasech's so passive, and if you have a guy who's aggressive and a guy who's passive, I'm gonna pick the aggressive guy
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
I agree. I think if Shapiro is back to his health and makes it to the tournament, I think he wins.
Yeah, but how is KSAC going to get past a guy like Cody Chittum?
Cody
Well,
Chittum
Chittum just
lost to
took
a backup. Come
I
a weird
know,
on,
I
loss.
come
know.
on. Chittum losing to a backup from Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but that
know.
kid's good. I looked him up. He
I didn't
was a
say he was
top
bad. I'm just
20,
saying he's not a starter.
top 20 recruit. He's redshirting this year, true freshman, and he only has one loss on his redshirt year.
He knocked off Chittum.
Charlie Millard.
Charlie Miller. Do you think KSAC beats Ja'Cory Teamer now that he's back?
Maybe.
Eh.
It's tough because I feel like Ja'Cory has done the opposite of been impressive. Like he's done the same thing as Bo Bart. Like he's won matches and you're like, oh, like 2-1.
I feel
Okay.
like he's the most disrespected former reigning national finalist.
I could probably think of somebody else.
Reigning.
Oh no, I was gonna say Ja'Cory Teamer for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that I
yeah,
think
that's
about
what
it,
I'm saying.
I was about to be like, the guy who's really not great is the guy who wrestled Levi Haynes.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then Mitchell Messenbrink texts Bubba Wilson. I actually wanted to see the other guy wrestle. I didn't care to see Bubba Wilson. I can't believe Bubba Wilson is ranked 6th. Is that possible?
Wait,
Like,
what? He's ranked that
He's
high?
not high. I don't know, seems high, dude.
That seems real
is that
high.
weight class just
Yeah, no
trash
one's
that
there.
bad?
I mean, look at like it's Messenbrink and Caliendo are just like working through everybody.
But
And Peyton
Caliendo gets
Hall.
worked by
Well, that's what I
that's
mean. Like it's such a weird thing. Like Caliendo and I feel like him and Mitchell are so far apart. But then again, like they're
watch out
both
for Andrew Sparks.
yeah.
Well, Peyton Hall is 22-0, and then Bear Claw only has one loss. But yeah, Bubba Wilson, as of today, is number 7 by Intermat. That's wild to me.
Yeah, that is yeah.
Bo Mantanona, by the way, he's back for Michigan.
Everybody's back. I'm back.
Yeah. So those are our takeaways from Penn State, Nebraska. I know
Disappointing for
every,
Penn State.
everyone's probably disappointed in Penn State's performance. Drop a comment down below. What were your thoughts? What were your reactions? And how is Penn State going to follow this up? And we sent out some polls recently. I asked, is Penn State going to have 10 All-Americans this year? And the results are in. Let me pull it up.
I would.
So we have
Oh, you want to
100
do
and
this now?
yeah, I mean, it's up. 156 votes. 60% say yes, and 40% say no.
I thought the comments were interesting. A lot of guys were like, I could see 9, with the exception being Braden Davis.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much odd man out, Braden Davis.
Yeah.
And then I also asked it for Oklahoma State. Do
People
they
love
have a
Oklahoma.
chance at all 10? Because if you think about it, I think that's probably the only other team that has a chance to do all 10
Mm,
for All Americans.
yeah.
Maybe Minnesota.
LIU.
No, Minnesota. Yeah, now that they got Ferrari.
Yeah.
And 153 votes, 17% say yes,
Yeah, I think they have a little
83%
more of an uphill
no.
battle.
Yeah. And but as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. We love the comments. Keep commenting down below. And don't forget to check out the Cactus Etsy store and grab yourself a Cactus Wrestling hat.
I have a question for the chat. Lightning McQueen, does he have car insurance or life insurance? Answer in the comments.
Life insurance or car insurance?
I think
mean,
it's life insurance because in the Cars universe they don't ever. Well, do they
car-
call each other Cars?
No, I don't know. I mean, they have planes and whatnot, and tractors or animals to them. Um,
mm,
it's a very we need a cars expert on here. But as someone that worked in insurance, Jack, I feel like you might have pretty good
a
advantage.
unique perspective.
Unique. So yeah, that's the question. After all the wrestling, a little bit of a lighthearted question.
That was a good one. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I have to think of another one for the next video.
All right. Until next time, we are Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.